There is a verse that has changed more lives than any other. It has lifted the hopeless out of despair, given courage to the fearful, and built unbreakable faith in those who felt their strength was gone. This verse says, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. What does this mean for you today? It means you already have everything within you to transform your life completely. It means that no matter how heavy the burden, how deep the debt, how painful the past, or how distant the dream, if you hold even the tiniest seed of faith, you can command mountains to move. And mountains are not just rocks and earth. Mountains are your fears, your failures, your doubts, your debts, your sickness, your limitations, and your weaknesses. The problem is never the size of your mountain. The problem is only the strength of your faith. Most people look at their mountains and talk about how big they are, how impossible they seem, how far away their goals appear. But the truth is, the moment you decide to stop speaking about your mountain and start speaking to your mountain, everything changes. Mountains do not move for the fearful. They move for those who believe without a shadow of doubt that what they speak must come to pass. Faith is not merely hoping or wishing. Faith is the inner knowing that what you desire is already yours, and when you act upon it with absolute belief, your actions gain power beyond normal human limitations. The verse does not say you must have the faith of giants. It says you only need the faith of a mustard seed. A seed so small it seems insignificant, yet when planted, it grows into a tree strong enough to shelter birds and withstand storm. Likewise, your faith may feel small today, but if you plant it by speaking your goals and acting with belief, it will grow roots so deep that no force on earth can uproot it. This is the power that turns ordinary men and women into leaders, dreamers into achievers, and the poor into wealthy. It is the power that turns prayers into reality. The world you see outside is a reflection of what you believe inside. Speak to your mountain today. Tell your debts to leave your life. Tell your sickness to be healed. Tell your fears to bow before your courage. Tell your weaknesses that you are stronger than them. Tell your goals they are already yours. Faith as small as a mustard seed carries within it a force that can transform every area of life, no matter how impossible your situation seems today. Think about it. A mustard seed is one of the tiniest seeds in the world, yet it grows into a tree strong enough to provide shelter and withstand storms. In the same way, the smallest spark of true belief within you holds the potential to conquer your greatest fears, obstacles, and limitation. People often believe that to change their life, they need to start with massive confidence and unwavering certainty, but that is not true. What is needed is simply a seed of faith, a small inner decision that says, I believe there is a way for me and I will find it. Many people look at their problems and feel overwhelmed because they judge their ability to overcome based on their current resources, knowledge, or strength. But true faith does not depend on what you see around you. It is a force that rises from within, whispering that what you desire is already possible for you. That tiny seed of faith grows each time you nourish it with words of belief, each time you take an action aligned with your goal, and each time you hold on to hope despite outward appearances. Over time, this small faith begins to push through the darkness of doubt like a seed pushing through the soil toward the sun. The power of small faith is that it ignores how big the mountain is. It does not measure the size of the problem. It simply commands it to move with full trust. Your mountain could be financial debt, a failing business, poor health, broken relationships, or deep fears holding you back from your dreams. You do not need to remove the entire mountain in a single day. You only need to plant the seed of faith today. Speak your desire with belief and take the next small step forward. Each step waters your faith. Each act of courage nurtures it. Each prayer with gratitude strengthens its roots. Most people allow fear to grow bigger than faith. They feed fear daily with thoughts of what could go wrong, what they lack, and why it is impossible. Faith, however small, is the opposite. Even if fear screams louder, faith only needs to be spoken once with conviction to begin changing your reality. When you wake up in the morning and say, "Today I will overcome," you plant faith. When you look at your goals and say, "This is mine and it is coming to me," you plant faith. When you stand before your challenges and say, "I am stronger than this," you plant faith. Small acts of belief build a strong tree of confidence within you, and as your faith grows, your outer circumstances begin to align with it. Never underestimate what small faith can do. It has the power to heal sickness, rebuild broken dreams, attract wealth, restore relationships, and lead you to a life of purpose and abundance. If you carry even a mustard seed of faith today, know that it is enough to move the mountains in your life. Protect it, feed it daily with positive words, and take small, bold actions. In time, you will see that nothing is impossible when you live from a place of even the smallest true faith. Most people spend their lives talking about their problems instead of speaking to them. They wake up every morning thinking about how difficult their situation is, how unfair life has been, and how impossible their dreams seem. They speak words of defeat, saying things like, "I can't do this," "This is too hard," or "Nothing ever works out for me." These words become chains that keep them bound to the very problems they wish to escape. They give power to their mountains by constantly describing them, analyzing them, and fearing them. The truth is, your mountains do not move because you keep giving them strength with your words of weakness. What changes everything is when you stop talking about your problems and start speaking directly to them with authority. Speaking to your mountain means you no longer describe how big it is, you command it to move. You no longer tell people how hopeless your situation is. You declare with confidence that your situation is changing. You no longer allow fear to control your words. You choose words of faith, power, and certainty. When you speak to your mountain, you are activating a force within you that refuses to accept defeat. You are declaring that your faith is greater than your fear, your vision is stronger than your doubt, and your determination is unbreakable. Speaking to your mountain is not about ignoring reality. It is about creating a new reality with your words, because words have power. The words you speak are seeds planted into your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is always working to create what you speak and believe. If you keep saying you are poor, your mind will accept it as truth and filter your decisions, ideas, and actions to keep you in poverty. If you keep saying you are sick, your body will respond to that command with weakness. But if you begin to speak words of health, wealth, and strength, your mind and body will align with those declarations over time. When you speak to your mountain, you are not asking it politely to leave. You are commanding it to move with the confidence that your words carry power. You say, "Debt, leave my life now. Opportunities are coming to me daily. Wealth flows to me from multiple sources." You say, "Fear, get out of my mind. I am strong, courageous, and calm under pressure." You say, "Sickness, leave my body now. I am healthy, energetic, and fully restored." This is not empty positive thinking. This is the language of faith that transforms your mindset and energizes your actions. When you begin to speak like this every day, your mind will shift from helplessness to leadership. Your energy will change from fear to power. People around you will sense your confidence and be drawn to help you, work with you, and trust you. Opportunities will appear because your mind will finally be focused on solutions instead of problems. Your mountain has no choice but to move when you speak to it with unwavering faith and disciplined action backing your words. So today, make the decision to stop giving power to your problems and start commanding them to bow before your strength. This is the path to true change and unbreakable victory. Faith is not merely hoping that something good will happen or wishing that life will somehow become better. True faith goes far beyond passive hoping. It is an unshakable inner knowing that what you desire is already yours, and from this knowing you act boldly and with confidence. Many people live their lives hoping things will change. They say, "I hope I get that job," or "I wish I could start that business," or "I hope my health improves." But they never move beyond these thoughts to decisive action because hope carries no demand, no certainty, and no power to create. Hope keeps you waiting while faith pushes you to act. Faith begins as a feeling within you, a strong inner conviction that what you want to achieve is not only possible, but inevitable if you continue to move towards it with belief. This faith becomes real when you act upon it. Without action, faith remains asleep, like a seed never planted. Action is the water and sunlight that awakens faith into growth. When you act from faith, you act with a sense of certainty that your steps will be guided, your efforts will be fruitful, and your journey will bring the results you seek. You do not wait for perfect conditions or perfect timing. You create them with your decisive movements. Most people wait until they feel confident to take action, but true faith reverses this process. You act first with courage, and confidence grows as a result of your action. When you take that first bold step towards your goal, you begin to build evidence within your mind that you are capable, worthy, and strong. Each step after that becomes easier, and soon, what once felt impossible becomes normal for you. Acting with faith changes your self-image. You no longer see yourself as someone who merely dreams. You become someone who achieves. Faith is not blind ignorance of reality. Faith sees reality clearly, but it chooses to focus on the outcome desired rather than the limitations of the present situation. A person with faith looks at a small bank account and says, "This is temporary. Wealth is coming to me as I work with wisdom and belief." A person with faith looks at sickness and says, "My body is healing and becoming stronger every day." A person with faith looks at failures and says, "This is a lesson that will strengthen my next attempt." Faith chooses powerful meanings that build the courage to keep going until success is reached. Your daily actions reveal your true beliefs. If you say you have faith that your business will succeed, but you never invest your time, money, or energy into it, that is empty hope. If you say you believe you will become healthy, but you do not change your eating, exercise, and thinking habits, that is wishful thinking, not faith. Faith is alive when it moves you to act without fear, with absolute commitment, and with the inner certainty that what you desire will come to you as long as you persist. This is how faith transforms life. It turns silent hope into powerful results through bold and purposeful action. Your inner faith is the silent architect of your life. Every thought you hold, every belief you nurture, and every feeling you dwell upon create the experiences you encounter in the outside world. People often think life happens to them randomly, but the truth is that life is constantly mirroring what exists within them. If there is chaos within your mind, you will see chaos in your environment. If there is fear within your heart, you will find reasons to be afraid everywhere you go. But when there is faith within you, unbreakable and steady, the world outside responds with opportunities, solutions, and breakthroughs. When you look at your life right now, you are seeing the sum of your past beliefs and thoughts. If you are unhappy with what you see, understand that changing the outer circumstances without changing your inner beliefs will not produce lasting results. True change begins within. The thoughts you repeatedly entertain become the beliefs that guide your decisions. Your decisions shape your actions, and your actions create your destiny. This is why it is said that your life is a reflection of your dominant thoughts and beliefs. If you believe you are meant for greatness, you will begin to act boldly, take risks, and persevere through failures. If you believe you are destined to remain poor or defeated, you will reject opportunities unconsciously and make decisions that keep you in that state. Your subconscious mind is always working to prove your beliefs true because it accepts what you believe without question and shapes your behavior to align with those beliefs. The great secret is that you have the power to change these beliefs at any time. To transform your outer world, begin by feeding your inner world with thoughts of strength, confidence, health, abundance, and success. Instead of waking up and thinking of your worries, start your day with affirmations that declare your power and vision. Instead of spending time with people who feed your doubts, spend time in quiet reflection, prayer, and study that nurture your faith and expand your thinking. Protect your mind from the words of the fearful and feed it with words of courage, possibility, and victory. Your inner faith will begin to manifest itself outwardly when you align your words, your thoughts, and your actions with it. Speak words of faith daily, such as I am strong, capable, and blessed with wisdom. Think thoughts of faith, envisioning yourself achieving your goals and overcoming every challenge with ease and calm power. Act with faith, taking bold steps towards your dreams without waiting for permission or perfect timing. As you do this consistently, you will notice a shift in your life. Opportunities will come that you never saw before. People will appear who can help you. Resources will flow towards your goals. Obstacles that once stood as mountains will begin to move out of your way because your inner world is commanding your outer world to align. Always remember that faith is the seed and your life is the harvest. What you plant within you today will become the world you walk in tomorrow. Nurture your inner faith with unwavering discipline and watch as your reality transforms to reflect the greatness that has always been within you. In conclusion, the words of this speech remind us that the power to transform life does not come from luck, chance, or mere hope. It comes from a deep, unbreakable faith within that knows what is desired is already possible and is waiting for you to claim it with courage and purposeful action. When you carry even the smallest seed of faith, you hold the key to moving mountains that once seemed impossible. When you speak directly to your problems instead of talking about them, you awaken a force of authority within that commands change. When you act from true faith rather than passive wishing, you create momentum that breaks through barriers. And when your inner beliefs are aligned with strength, abundance, and confidence, your entire outer world begins to shift to match this powerful new mindset. Your life will always be a mirror of what you carry within. Choose faith over fear, action over waiting, and purpose over doubt. Then watch as every challenge turns into an opportunity, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone, and every dream within your heart is brought into reality by the silent yet unstoppable force of your own unwavering faith.